Kia has just unveiled the facelifted Seltos in India, and it's absolutely jam-packed with features. This is a really important model for Kia. It was their launch model and a lot is riding on it. And talking to me about this and more, we are speaking to the Kia Motors India Managing Director, Mr. Tae-Jin Park. Mr. Park, thank you so much for talking to us.
Yeah.
So congratulations, really feature-packed. You've taken it more and more upmarket.
Thank you.
So just trying to understand the positioning of this model, because you've not announced the price, but it will be a lot more expensive because you've got ADAS and so many features in it as well.
Okay, as you already mentioned, the Seltos is the most important model for the Kia India. So last 3 or 4 years after launching our first Seltos in Indian market, we have lots of the studies, what is next level of the expectation from Indian customer for the Seltos. So that is why we have to put in the most advanced ADAS 2.0 or all the other some great features in our new Seltos. So maybe some everybody will be happy with that one, but they will just maybe thinking about what is the next steps for the new Seltos. But we can just say is that we are also very carefully looking for the market trend these days. Because after Corona, the market is changed from the suppliers market to the demand market. So we will also thinking very carefully, and then we will put in our next step strategy.
Right, but you know, you've taken it more upmarket with these more features. So do you think that there's more price elasticity in the segment in the sense that are customers willing to pay more now that you can give these features? Because with all these features, I'm sure it'll be 25 lakh plus easily.
Okay, so as you already thinking about this, the new features for the new Seltos is a very advanced one, and the high features we are putting. But as you already know, the basic strategy is we are positioning as a premium in each segment. Even though it is the same segment of the Seltos, we want to leading the segment and the innovative some features we want to put in. So if you just worrying about the price point of view, we are very aggressively will be approaching to this one.
Right.
Okay.
So you will be aggressively looking at the pricing as well.
Of course, we want to not only for those brand the premium positioning, but also we want to maintain the price competitiveness.
Right. But you know, right now you mentioned that Seltos is 30% of market share. How much do you expect it to grow with the new model? And you know, your volumes overall have been capped around 20,000. You know, it seems to be stuck over there. So, you know, you will create the demand, but just what are your plans on manufacturing? What will your additional market share be? And, you know, can we expect a big jump in sales numbers also going forward for all Kia models?
Of course, we want to and expect to more the market shares with the Seltos. But as you know, there are lots of the new competitors are coming in this segment. Even though this segment is expanding now, but there are also new entrants is coming. So we just not just try to get the more some market share. Of course, if we can, it is the happy for us. But we will just try to maximize our market share with the new Seltos. But I don't know what is our some limitations. But we will try to with some new, very competitive price and with a competitive product.
Right. No, but I just want to talk on your capacity scenario right now. I mean, you all are doing about 20,000 units a month. I mean, thereabouts in a good month, 19,000. Can we expect a more ramp up in production? And do you think with the new Seltos there will be a need to kind of let's say increase or ramp up production somewhere?
Okay, last year our full capacity is around 3 lakhs per year, but this year we are reaching the minimum 3.5 lakhs.
Right.
So we will continue to expanding the production capacity based on which models we will put in this market.
Right.
So all those kind of our production capacity expansion is also on the way now.
Right.
So I think that you don't need to worry about our production capacity.
You have enough capacity.
Yes, we already have enough.
And 3 shifts are you now?
Of course, we already have the 3 shift full capacity. So
right.
That is enough for the current some market share, but we are expecting some more.
Right. So when can we expect the next big jump in capacity? Because you'll be having, you mentioned in 2025, you're going to have some new models. So by 25, will you be need to be ready with more capacity, a bigger jump? Can we expect that? Maybe.
Yes, we are already on the way to expanding our production capacity to the around the minimum 43 or 44 lakhs per year. So
Right.
we are already started. So maybe in year 2025 we can reach the minimum 30 or 34 lakhs.
3.4, 3.5.
sorry,
Got it. Yeah.
yeah.
I know lakhs and
4.4
crores are
lakhs,
confusing.
yeah.
Yeah, got it. So around 400,000 you will reach.
Minimum 400, yes.
Right. Okay. And you kind of revealed that you are looking at launching an RV in 25, which will be ICE and EV.
Yes.
Now the only RV which you talk about is Carens. So can one assume that the Carens in its next, whenever facelift, next generation will have ICE and EV? It's just a logical assumption. I think that's what you were kind of hinting at.
Yes, so we can give the small tips with, because we are thinking about that there is some possibility of the potentials for the Carens and the developing and the new segment in Indian market. So we announced the planning
for EV.
Yeah, for EV.
Yeah, Carens for EV is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
So all those kind of things is on the way. So as I already promised to the markets, in the year 2025, we will developing new model to enter this market with the EV and the ICE also.
Right. And your K4 has been postponed. I mean, what's the reason that it's not coming this year and might come next year, the new Carnival?
It is depending on the whole some of the global our strategies. Sometimes we want to the best production in this market. As you already know, when you're launching the Seltos, it is a world premiere.
Right.
So the best, the Carnival, and the Carens is coming on the developing period is we need.
Right.
So we don't want the old fashion, older styles one is come to the Indian market.
Right.
We want the best, the newest, the model to Indian market.
So there might be a minor model change globally which you will bring to India, and so it's absolutely fresh by the time it comes. Is that possible?
That is possible, but we want the absolutely new ones and the best of the products, the best of models that we want to bring to India market.
Right, because this model is fairly new also. It's early in the life cycle, KA4, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So what you're saying is there will be even a newer one which we can expect over here.
Okay, so if we want to just bring to this year or the immediately, we can just current the KA4 we can bring to here. But next year we will develop in the new KA4. That is why we want to postpone to bring the KA4 till the next year.
Right. And just looking at the segment, I mean, to be honest, Carnival, you launch small numbers. What is your outlook on that MPV or RV segment? Because you've been very successful with the Carens, but in Carnival not so successful. Is it a price issue, or is there a lot of loyalties to certain brands people don't want to shift? Why the numbers seem to be quite low?
I think there is lots of the reasons, because first of issues maybe is they just first experience with those kind of big cars, but they used to it is really comfortable. So the total the market is getting used to our Carnivals. So but if we want to the older models is. I think that it's not easy to persuade our customers. So we want to bring the new ones, the more comfortable, more advanced technologies we want to put in with the new Carnival.
Right. And switching to EVs, you mentioned the first EV announcement. I mean, what more can we expect? EV6 has done well. Can we expect a CKD of that, because that is logical? We know the benefits you can get. You might save 20 lakhs like your cousins have done. So it seems that would be one step, localization or CKD of EV6. And what more can we expect on the EV front?
Okay, EV front of we starting our basic strategy, is the top down. We starting the EV6 with very high premium EVs. And then next year, we also want to bring to EV9.
Right.
It's really the high-end our EV products. So after that one, as you already mentioned, we also thinking and analyzing now how we can make it as a CKD for the
EV6.
Yes.
Right.
if there is lots of the conditions like in Korea and from the other global factories. So when we're solving those kind of problems, why not? We will try.
Right. You need to have a kit factory to make them in kits and send it. So
Yes.
that is the challenge.
Yeah.
Right. And so interesting. So top down, you're saying EV9 next year, and after that, EV-RV.
EV-RVs and some made in India.
Right.
And as for the mass production segment. of
Right.
EV.
Right. So could that be maybe a sub 4 meter kind of a vehicle, which is again ICE and EV, maybe a sonnet size vehicle? Just logical to think of that.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, great. So no, thanks, and thanks for all the input. Congratulations, and just one last question. Really is you launched, you did so well, but again, coming back to capacity, the sense one gets is you can sell a lot more, but the capacity seems to have been a bit of a speed breaker. I mean, with all this, you are confident now of going to easily 400,000 capacity in production in how much time?
I think that the production capacity wise, we think they're ready enoughly to meet any kind of some demand from the market. Because as I already mentioned, the Indian market is the first priority for us. So even though we have to reduce the export, we want to increasing for domestic market.
Right.
So as I already mentioned, we already tried and on the way to reach the 430,000 units per year
Right.
capacity. It will be finished next year, the middle of next year.
Middle of next year, you'll have about 440,000
all
units.
those kind of thing on the way, so
Right.
you don't worry about our production capacity.
And what you're saying is before that, you will sacrifice exports for the domestic market.
If it is necessary, why not? We have
Right.
to do. Yeah,
But you make more money with exports.
of course.
Yeah. So you would sacrifice that just to get more market share. Is that the strategy?
Yes, we
initially?
want to do the sacrifice even though our some profit from the export, we want to maintain our market shares in India.
Right. Well, congratulations,
Thank you
and
so
thank you
much.
so much for talking to us.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Yeah.